who's the hard-nosed rugby coach. Teacher.
Hard-nosed rugby coach.
Yeah. What do we call them, coaches? No, just a teacher who does that on the side.
He was the PE teacher, but he
yeah.
was also the head of the rugby. You know what I mean? He oversaw it. You know.
Yeah.
As they go through the years, he's 7 year 8. Oh, by the way, I'm obviously going to be in this film myself.
Or what are you going to play?
Who's going to play me?
Well, you can obviously going to play yourself.
No, right, you've got to play yourself.
No, I'm not.
No de-aging. No. You there in the little uniform.
No, I want someone to play me. But this is where it gets difficult because it's hard to find an actor that can play anywhere between 12 and 18. Do you know what I mean? Because we're going through like 7 years worth of thing here, like storyline, you know. So I've cheated here a little bit, and I just thought, actually, who do I like? And, well, actually, someone that people always say that I sound like is Jay out the In-Betweeners. That's all I get on TikTok and he just sounds like Jay out the In-Betweeners, you know what I mean? So I've thought James Buckley to play me.
Can we get Jay from the In-Betweeners to play you? Not James Buckley, but the character Jay from the In-Betweeners.
To be honest, me at school was very similar to Jay in the In-Betweeners.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Suit it, yeah.
See what that says you like.
Yeah. Just like a virgin up till I was about 23.
What was your biggest lie that you told?
What was my biggest lie?
Yeah. What was your biggest lie that you told?
I've never spent one evening with that bloke.
I don't know. What's my biggest lie I've ever told?
Or at school, not in general.
In school? I don't know, in school.
We had a guy at our school who told everyone that his dad was Hunter from the Gladiators.
That's a niche one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. He couldn't check it because he was always working.
Yeah. Actually, we went on when I was about 16, we went on our first lads holiday and we told everyone we played for Man United Academy. It's obvious that we didn't, but...
In those days, Manchester was just unreachable, especially for a kid.
Yeah. Well, I remember we told all these people when we were 16, like 3 of us, me and 2 of my mates, went on holiday together. And we was like, we play for Man United Academy or this and that. And then this Irish kid come up to us and he's like, I play for so-and-so academy. And he started asking us questions and we're like, we need to fucking get rid of this geezer. He is giving it up, you know. He's not,
He was lying too.
he may well have been lying. Funny enough, we tried that. We're like, no, we've never heard of that, mate. He's like, you ever played in the Milk Cup, which is a famous competition apparently for academies.
And
we're like, don't even exist, mate. You must be lying.
Bit of gaslighting as a teenager. That's all.
So James Buckley would play me. Also, some of the other characters.
Are you like the main actor following your life? Yeah.
I would say I'm the main character. No, I'd probably say the main character. One of the main characters is a guy called Fraser that I went to school with, who was an unbelievable athlete. Right, he's from Romford. And just normal kid, but really just unbelievably quick, just amazing. And he was unbelievable. Without doubt, he was our star player. And he played England under 14s, under 15s, under 16s rugby. And well, actually, I won't give a spoiler alert, but he would be played by John Boyega.
Right.
Like a younger version.
Yeah. The
same
age. Yeah. Right now. Just completely.
Don't de-age anyone. Fully. John Boyega as he is now.
Yeah, well, as he was, because he was like a child actor, wasn't he?
Full beard.
Yeah. Well, actually, funny enough, he had I remember seeing that phrases in year 7. He had proper adult dick back then. I remember seeing it. If you remember showering in year 7, and you're like me, I hit puberty when I was about 14, 15, and you see year 7, you're like, God, mate, you're 12, you already got cock around my dad.
Dad dick is a great nickname in school.
Yeah. Then I realised, fucking hell, it's you, Dad, what are you doing here?
Okay, so we've got Fraser who's got a cock like that. He's there.
He was like a man at 12.
He was a man at 12. Right, he's a man at 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got him. Any other team members that you want to shout out?
I think other characters would just be extras or whatever. And then I remember I had one mate who was my best mate at school who never played for the rugby team. He was always very pessimistic about it. He was very into his football. He's like, what are you playing rugby for? Blah blah blah. And he had like, I don't know how to describe him, but he was like Spanish, my best mate at school. And he was a bit like Roadman. So I thought, who could play him? So I decided the geezer's going to play him, who's called G. Can't give his real name because he now don't live in his country for one reason or another. But he's a wanted man, basically. So I can't really give his real name. But,
did someone just leave from the back as well? That was him, just running.
If he was back in this country, I would know about it.
Right, scrap this film. Tell us about G.
So G would be played by Central C.
Central C?
Yeah.
Just for Jim's benefit, who is that?
Do you know who Central C is?
No, I don't.
Do you not? He's a rapper. He's a big rapper out of the UK. He's got his album out now.
Yeah, Jim, come on.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, go buy his album.
What's one of his songs? Anyone that knows?
Central C fan down here.
He did that song with Dave. Like
He done the same. Sprinter, yeah. I put Nigel in a Sprinter.
Yeah, exactly.
So is he a sprinter?
No, he's not a sprinter. No. It's all about but he's a rapper. He's a big rapper.
Okay, big rapper.
Cut!
Oh,
Ooh.
Got a cut. Okay.
We should have like a theme tune.
I've got a cut. What would you like to change?
Oh, anything? I can change anything.
Well, not anything. I mean, we've got to stay here.
You just bought. You just told us to stop.
Wait, hold on. I thought I just say stop and then you guys just change something yourselves. So you need to
Nah, you got to change it.
Oh, wait, no, so you can tell us what you'd like to change and we change it.
What is changeable?
Oh, wow, that's a big question. Anything. So I'd say we'll change something. Should we
Maybe change who Central C.
Central, yeah. So it's not Central C. Oh no, you like.
Oh no, you like
I
Central
thought you could
C.
just like go to a whole new movie pitch.
Do us a favour.
How many of these does you think I've prepared? Oh yeah, let me just go to my other idea that I've got.
Okay. How about you change the point of view? It's no longer your story, but it's from someone else that you mentioned. It's
The Nazi teacher.
The Nazi teacher!
It's a horror film.
My name's Stricken from
Yeah. I like that. It's now a love movie. It's a rom-com.
Probably got away.
Okay, so we've changed the perspective of the movie. It's now with the Nazi. Was Mr. Jones a Nazi teacher?
No, he wasn't a Nazi
He's
teacher.
not.
How dare you?
Like I said, the Nazi teacher had been cut from it, but obviously it looks like now that he's going to have to make a reappearance. Yeah.
Full Nazi.
Save it for the end. Save that gold for the end.
Full Nazi.
Okay, so we're now from the. So obviously, I suppose we can tell this from the Nazi teacher, just like in his weird little binoculars looking through the school window.
Yeah.
Yeah. if you want, Charles.
Yeah, well, no, listen, it's not what I want, but
Give the people what they want.
this is let's not forget, this is an experience I actually did live through. So. This is all a little bit triggering for me, but that's straight on. God, you can't your money, you have a good night out, mate. Yeah, go fuck yourself. No.
Okay, so Nazi teacher's looking at these through the window.
Okay.
And he's gonna, now and again, he's gonna mumble to himself, I reckon.
Well, actually, maybe the Nazi teacher becomes the coach, the head coach.
Oh, that's what he does. Yeah.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll make it happen. For your.
So he now questionable. Let's just call him. Let's not give him Nazi. Call him questionable teacher.
Yeah.
You know, because we're going to keep this light-hearted. You can't have any of that sort of hard stuff in there. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be like insinuating that he might have a little soft spot.
It's more carry on.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're not quite sure. He's a bit like Cliff Richard. Do you know what I mean? You don't know if he's into the girls or you don't know what he's in. You know what I mean?
He's not the head coach. He's the physio.
He's the physio.
That is fucking creepy.
Yeah. So we're going for physio?
Physio, yeah, he's the physio, the Nazi physio. No, the questionable physio.
Questionable physio would be like, who's the geezer at Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Adam Rickman. The one with dark hair.
He's
He's
dead.
like, "What?" Yeah, I know he's dead.
He's
Yeah.
dead, yeah.
Funny enough, so's the Nazi teacher. They're both up there now looking down at us, aren't they? Like, oh. Anyway,
Okay, so we've got Snape playing the Nazi physio. No,
questionable teacher.
Questionable
Yeah,
teacher.
questionable teacher.
Okay, so where did we get to?
So we're up to about like year 8.
Year
right?
8,
And
yeah.
anyway, it slowly, they're losing. From year 7 to year 9, we lose most games, you know what I mean? Like we just used to get everything. Now, one thing I can remember being a changing factor is we were playing one school, and I can't remember what the school was called. It was a school in Surrey. It was a real big, like, prestigious school. And we was playing them. It was the first time we was winning for like the last 3 years, you know, and winning well. And one of the dads on the sideline said, "Come on, lads, they're only a state school." Yeah. And then anyway, we went on to absolutely like doing like 40-0 or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was a real sort of turning point for everyone. That they was like, "Come on, like, really got us up for it." Do you know what I mean? That's because when you go to these schools, I mean, the school I went to, by the way, you know, it's not like Billy Elliot. You know, it's not like it was really hard up. It was a good state school.
Yeah.
It's a good state school, right? Like, it's a good, you know, it's one of those schools where you think, you don't pay to get in, but you think, oh, I hope they get in there, because it's a good school.
Oh, Josh, is that what they told you?
Yeah, no, it was. In the area,
Their rugby team had a physio. It's a posh school.
I mean, you're physio, but you've not been CRB checked.
Got his own oils though, was the offer.
It was a good school, basically. But then when you go to like these other schools, these real like private schools, these top schools, you realise like fucking hell, like they're just a whole different level, you know. And yeah, we use that as sort of motivation. So in the film, year 9, things start to change, don't they? We start winning games, we're going well. Year 10, we're beating all the teams. Old Fraser, played by John Boyega,
Yeah.
he's absolutely flying, he's scoring all these tries, he starts playing for England, people start writing about us in the paper, it's like, wow, it's unbelievable state school, they're beating all these private schools at their own game, you know, it's like, wow, you know what I mean, what story. Then we get to year 11, and it's going well, beating all the teams. We find out, I'm not really figuring this bit out that well, but maybe you lot can help me. But basically, Fraser, he ended up going to, he got an offer for a sports scholarship to one of the top schools, playing rugby.
Oh.
And everyone found out and had the real hump with him. Because we're like, come on, we're supposed to stick together, do you know what I mean? We're doing something special here. But he's just like a normal kid from Romford,
Yeah.
wants to go and get a world-class education, you can't really blame him. And
No, don't go play for England. Stay here. This small town regional tournament.
he wants to get a world-class education and he wants to get away from that physio, you know. so anyway, they get the up with him, and like, you know, that gets morale down, and everyone starts a bit like, you know, oh Christ, our star player is going, and everyone starts doubting themselves, and then we start losing a few games. Anyway, end of year 11, Fraser goes off to this school. We come back the next year, people are like sort of giving up hope of whatever. And anyway, the it's called the Daily Mail Cup, by the way, this rugby cup.
Which cup, sorry?
Daily Mail Cup.
The Daily Mail Cup.
Yeah, it's actually called the Daily Mail
In real
Cup.
life.
Yeah, in real life. Yeah,
I did live in a racist town.
yeah, no, I
It's a very angry cup.
know. Yeah. Any Daily Mail readers in?
They're not going to put their hands up.
No.
Any nonsense in.
Do you know what's funny? Before I come onto the comedy circuit, like, that's probably goes to show what sort of sheltered life I live. I remember everyone was making, I come on the comedy circuit, I was like, everyone was making jokes about Daily Mail readers, bloody hell, they're this, they're that. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, my mum and dad read the Daily Mail. I better wind my neck in. Anyway.
That's how you get into comedy.
Yeah.
We're just testing the waters there to see if anyone would warm to it.
No.
Were you expecting like an I'm Spartacus moment?
No.
My parents read the Daily Mail.
No.
Someone in a monocle at the back. I read the Telegraph.
Daily Mail. We all read a bit of showbiz on the Daily Mail, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, the show, the pictures of them on the beach and that. I think that's harmless.
yeah.
I think that's all right.
The chauffeur section.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Getting the Love Island stuff. You're not hurting anyone with that. Do you know what I mean?
They're not people, they're on Love Island.
Yeah. So, anyway, but the competition comes back round and Mr. Jones, he gives this big sort of rallying call. And, well, actually, it's not Mr. Jones that does that. We had this maths teacher called Mr. Churvey. And he was like, he was a mad, but he was a maths teacher. But real sort of like geezer. And on a weekend, he was a black cab driver. That's not even a joke. He was like this geezer, he was on his own, lived on his own, like, sounded like me, so didn't sound like the most intelligent person in the world. But just really super intelligent. He used to teach maths and he'd done the knowledge, so on the weekend, he used to come to school, turn up to school, in his black cab, and then teach us all maths.
It's a shame he wasn't a bit suspect, because Pervy Churvy is right
Pervy
there.
Churvy, yeah. Oh, bless him, he's not with us no more.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes you feel bad now.
What happened at your school?
Yeah.
Everyone's dead or deported.
But anyway, Mr. Churvy is going to be played by Danny Dyer.
Danny.
Oh,
Yeah, go on.
And he's just like, come on, boys, like, you know, you think one person made the team? No, we don't. Like, you know what I mean? There's like a rallying call.
Yeah.
And the boys are like, come on then, let's get the band back together. Do you know what I mean? Let's start playing again.
I've been broken up for like 8 hours.
Yeah. So they start playing again, and you know they going through the teams. They get through the first round, they get through the second round. They're going on this run, and they're like, "Wow, we could maybe make the tournament. You know, make the final, which is at Twickenham, the national stadium, to do with rugby. You know, semi-final comes, and they win. They get through just by the skin of their teeth. And in the final, who do they meet? Fraser and his new school.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a turncoat.
I know. And they're like, wow, you know, like Judas.
Is that the name of the school? Judas.
Regis School, was it?
Yeah, Judas. Yeah,
Judas Academy.
St. Judas or something.
St. Judas.
St. Judas. Yeah, they all turn up with straw hats and all that sort of stuff, like they do at them schools.
Okay, so we've got St. Judas and a Campion school. Campion.
But I think I might change the name for the movie.
Oh, go on. What's it?
Sol Campbell School.
The Sol Campbell.
No. But the St. Judas, that's a fake name.
Oh, right.
If you didn't guess that. My school, I don't know, call it. Campion.
Campion?
Yeah.
The Campion champion.
Campion Champ. Well, that's what we used to sing actually.
Yeah, oh, really?
Campione.
I was about to say, how
No, sing the whole thing.
Yeah, we used to sing that.
Don't be shy.
We were going.
Oh.
I've decided to cut.
You decided to come.
Yes, I think this movie doesn't have enough commercial appeal.
Really?
Fucking hell.
I've been trying, but no, I think you should change the genre to appeal to a younger audience.
To a younger audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
How
you
young
should-
are we talking? Because we've got
Like-
a questionable.
Yeah. Could be quite hard with the previous cut.
Like between 16 and like 25.
Oh, so we need some TikTok. Is that what
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
saying?
does that not appeal to 16 to 25?
I don't think so.
Why would it not?
I think you should change the genre from drama to gay vampire thriller.
Gay bi-power thriller.
Thriller, yes.
Yeah.
Just a simple change then.
I think the UK weather kind of, yeah.
I thought you said gay vampire villa. Like it was like somewhere we're going to go.
Gay vampire thriller.
Yes. Yeah.
This physio's getting more complex, isn't it?
Yeah. This physio's infiltrated the whole film, isn't it?
Yeah, it really has sort of taken over.
Shower scene has to be at night.
Is it outside?
Is this a film? It sounds like a porno now.
It always ends up as a porno on the live show.
Really?
Yeah.
Says a lot about your audience, to be honest.
Yeah. We need to change that rating on Spotify. Okay, right, so we're talking, this is now a gay vampire thriller, not
Yeah.
villa.
No, it's just
Okay.
a thriller.
Okay, so it's now a gay vampire thriller. I suppose it doesn't need to be there that immediately. We can morph into that as we go.
Yeah, well, listen, they've made the final.
They've made the final.
They've made the final, and I've got to say, I don't think this film is going to go anywhere. All through it, it's just been like a you know, it's just been like a comical, do you know what I mean, rom-com sort of thing. And then last minute they get to the final, and then maybe Mr. Jones, he obviously turns on them, doesn't he? And this whole time he's been a vampire. Yeah. And he's
The
just
whole
like,
time you think
and they're in the changing room and he just has an absolute field day. And then the only one who gets away with it is the physio, because he's in the fucking toilet having a tub. Yeah.
He's there being like, I tell you what, this is not how I saw this
He
day.
comes out sweaty like, oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell, why is it, where's all the blood going on in here? Mr. Jones, you're right, what are them teeth all about?
Well, luckily, he's a trained physio. Because
So actually, the end of the film has drastically changed. Now, Fraser, who left to get his scholarship, he was going to be like sort of the baddie in the film. But actually, he made the right decision and he sails off into the sunset because he didn't get ironed out by Mr. Jones.
Flying to the sunset.
Mr. Jones kills the physio. He's the only one who dies because he's the villain, right?
Okay, so you're saying that Mr. Jones,
He's a good vampire.
he's a good vampire. Okay, like Patterson, what's his
Yeah,
name?
yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah,
it,
what's that thing called? Twilight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen it, I've just been told about it. I'm a geezer, I've been watching Football Factory, what are you talking about? But I've heard, it's really good, yeah.
oh, we're not going to do like a 50 Shades spin-off of this, are we? Because I think,
Okay,
I
so
think we're moving into that.
Mr. Jones, he kills the physio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's really warm into him.
Okay, so they do, so what you're saying is they do have to play the final, they do have to play the game.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? I don't know, because I just found out that their head coach is a fucking vampire. That's right, throw you off before a game, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's not what you need.
It's not what you need, no.
No.
It's a tough email to the parents as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You try to get in the zone for the biggest game of your life and you find out,
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Fraser.
yeah,
In Romford,
He's- no,
this is
this-
normal shit.
yeah.
It's just normal shit in Romford, I think. It's they'll be like, oh, thank fuck, it's a vampire. At least it's not a letter about that physio. that we met on
Yeah,
there.
but actually no, that's good because Physio's dead now.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, we've killed off the questionable nonsense,
Yeah,
which is always
Questionable nonce.
yeah. The questionable nonsense. Just the questionable Physio, yeah. Okay, so they've got to go play the game. Well, basically the final was going to play out like this: is that they play this school, and I mean, often in these sort of sports films, it's all about like winning, isn't it? They win at the end, but actually, I think life is not really like that, is it? Because life's not really like a fairy tale. Often you try really hard, and you get right up into the bit, and you think, oh, I'm actually going to do it, I'm actually going to make it, and then it don't happen. I don't know about you, but that's pretty much like life, I think.
yeah, big lesson. Big
Yeah,
lesson you
it
learned
is.
here tonight.
Oh, how many
We are two different people, just to be clear.
It's a one use only!
I just want to, can you make the ending even sadder, please?
Can you make the ending even sadder?
Oh, here we go. Save us!
Oh, here we go, we've lost control!
Save us, ladies!
Listen, I've got to say, ladies, where are you from? You're from America.
Yeah, I grew up in Germany.
Germany, and where are you from, my love?
Cyprus.
Cyprus, okay. I don't know if you can tell, but this is quite a British film.
Yeah.
And I feel like the geezer from Huddersfield might be having a little bit of finger on the pulse. But then you said you want to make it sadder, and I mean, it's pretty miserable up north. Well, at least Huddersfield, what did you think should happen? What do you think should happen then? She said it should be sadder at the end.
I wasn't really listening to most of it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You kind of lost me at vampire fucking nonsense.
Lost your vampire nonce.
That's where I kind of went out of it.
So is your cut the vampire nonce?
I think The Vampire Nonce is not really a great film. But
Right.
If I'm going to pick a film out, Vampire Nonce would be quite low down there.
You've not heard the show before, have you?
Okay, right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut, and we're done with vampires. and we're going straight forward to the game.
Just a 10-minute interlude of vampires in the middle, like the third act of the film.
Again, this is the show every week.
Okay, but the physio's still dead, yeah?
Physio's still dead.
Physio's still dead, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the game, how I see it going is that they play very close, and then right at the last minute, Fraser actually wins, scores the try, so that the big fancy score that they win, you know. And the idea, the moral of the story is, actually they're all right about it because they come on this big journey, and it's not actually, life's not really about winning, it's just about trying your best, doing it with your mates, and staying away from Nazi vampires.
It's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
It's as old as time. And do we get to see, I mean, after this, obviously, we want to see what everyone does afterwards, because that's, you know, the end of the film. Do they succeed individually in life? What does G do? What does he go on to do?
G.
Yeah, tell us about G.
Tell us more about G.
G's on the run now. Yeah, he can't return to this country unless we could. He'd get 10 years in prison, pretty much.
It'd be a great sequel.
It would be a great sequel.
Yeah, G's Revenge.
Probably got a happier ending.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah, James Buckley character.
Yeah.
He ends up doing a podcast about this very story we went to school.
Is this the end of the film?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Jones is still doing his thing, you know, living his life.
Still doing so. And
Still vampire.
how does Fraser get on in the end?
I don't know. I've not actually spoken to him since school. So I don't. Maybe someone in here can come up with his ending.
Yeah.
What happens to ACL?
Tears an ACL.
I guess that makes the ending sadder, doesn't it? Yeah.
And he dies.
And he dies!
And he
Next
dies.
for Wales.
He gets picks of Yeah.
No one wants it. What's that, sorry?
Becomes the coach of the States.
He becomes the coach of the state.
This girl's good.
There you go. That's it.
What are you doing on Thursday? We need another film.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
That's
What happened to Dad Dick?
Could we have like one more twist just for Vance?
Yeah, go on.
Let's go for it. So we've got a twist. We've got a twist that it wasn't Twickenham. It was Hornchurch Stadium.
Oh.
It was the semi-final, and everyone thought it was the final, but now we're going to go to the final.
So they lost the semi-final,
They did.
and they're now going to the final. Have you ever played sports before?
I've quite obviously never played a sport before. So actually, it was like he came out, Mr. Jones, and he was just like, "Kids, teenagers, Dad Dick." I didn't mean to point at you there, by the way. I'm very sorry about that. We didn't lose the cup, but I told you that was the final. I told you that was Twickenham because you've never left the London Borough of Havering. We're now going to Twickenham, and we're really going to face the posh school. That weren't even a real posh school. That was a made-up Fraser. Of having a stroke. By the sounds of it.
That was the physio.
Okay, right. So that was the semi-final, and we could still end the film there. But that was the twist. Does that work? No.
Or you
No.
can do a sequel? Or...
We haven't got time for a sequel.
Okay, right. So and that's
I
it.
think if there was a sequel, it'd be about Fraser taking the school to another tournament, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Different
Yeah.
school.
No, same school.
Same school.
The state school.
Oh, the state school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
that would be the sequel.
Cool. Like, and we're gonna have that'll be at the end of the credits. A little, he's walking up to the state school like with his bag on.
Yeah, about 10 years later.
About 10 years later.
Yeah.
Limping because of the ACL.
Exactly.
I like it. So, Paul, are we going to make this movie?
I don't know.
I think legally there might be problems.
Yeah, there might have to be some quite heavy editing.
But I think, what do you think? Should we make this movie?
Perverts, the absolute lot of you.
Of course, going to make this movie. Josh, what's the name of your film?
So the name of the film was going to be basically inspired by that slur that we got when we was in Year 9 when someone said it's only a state school. It was going to be called Look at the State of It.
Look at the state of it.
Like
That's
that?
a great, yeah. Go
I
on,
thought
yeah,
that was
yeah.
good.
There was a full-on golf scrap.
You know you nailed it when you hear that, oh yeah. I thought that was good.
Cool, excellent. Now, thank you very much, Josh. And with all good movies, before they come out, they need a trailer, don't they? They need a trailer. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So we've got our trailer master in with us this evening. Literally the trailer, everything. So everyone, please welcome to the stage, Mr. John Pate. John, what's been happening in the trailer this week?
Well, Jim, as you know, I've devoted my life to trailers. I write trailers, produce trailers, sometimes voice trailers. And this week, Jim, the bottom's fallen out of the industry. There's no work! So my only hope is to encapsulate Josh's movie. Try and evoke the vibe. And bag a sweet back end from the box office. Shall I?
Shall we?
Yes! In a world where there's not much knife crime, there's a town called Hornchurch, and a state school with a couple of Nancy teachers. Over a period of time encompassing several years, Mr. Jones never thought his kids would play rugby against the posh twats. And that his worst pupil, Josh, had played for Manchester United Academy, and to be clear, he hadn't. But fuck those guys, because the main character is called Fraser, a 12-year-old with post-pubescent genitalia. For 2 years, Campion School are shit, until a massive prick says, don't worry, they're just a state school. Now, in a world of class division, the school is about to start doing the impossible. Win some sports events. But just as they start to get into the groove, Fraser gets poached, and Mr. Jones becomes a non-slaying gay vampire. This summer, get ready for the final battle between posh kids and Essex lads, vampires and nonsense, and hope versus depressing reality, where, if we're all honest, most times your dreams don't really happen. You lose, and everyone dies. Starring Stephen Graham, James Buckley, John Boyega as Fraser, Central C as I can't remember because I was trying to think how I should phrase the genitalia bit in an appropriate way. Danny Dyer as Pervy Chubby. And Cliff Richard as questionable nonce physio. In Look at the State of Him.
Give it up for John Pate, everybody. Brilliant. Josh, thank you so much for coming on for our live show. And Josh, you're doing a tour.
I'm on tour. Yeah, I'm on tour this year. It's called Doing All Right. We're going all up and down the country.
Everywhere.
The Londoners, we've just announced another London show that there's tickets for. That's Hackney Empire on the 7th of November. So we'd love to see you there if you fancy it.
Yeah, and it's honestly fantastic to see Josh do stand-up. And as well, you've got a podcast as well, Josh James
Podcast
Show.
called That Josh James Show.
That Josh James Show. Absolutely brilliant show. And thank you. If you all had a nice time, if you had a good
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you'd like to listen to more episodes, there are 47 more of them.
They don't all have nonsense.
Mr. Jones? No, yeah, so there's 47 episodes up there, and they're all okay. I mean, they're all fine. And yeah, you can listen to them on your favourite podcast, on your least favourite podcast app, and give it a listen, and there'll be more live shows coming. So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you to Josh, thank you to Paul, and to 21 Soho.